today's video, I'm gonna break down all of the targeting types for TikTok ads and when is the best time to use them. We're gonna dive right into my screen here. Okay, so as you can see here, this is actually a live account we have. Last 30 days, you'll be able to see, this is for a book call funnel for one of our clients who offers a higher ticket product. And you can already see here, there's $22,990 in revenue off of $5,400 in spend. Okay, so now why am I showing that to you before getting into the targeting types? Because we like to share with you what's been working for this particular client, and it does have to do with the interest targeting options as well as the others. So we want to break that down to you here and show you how it's possible to get these type of results and even better results, understanding the different targeting types that TikTok has available. Okay, so obviously you guys are aware of the advertising objectives. We're not going to focus on that today, but you can see there are different options there that you can look into. Okay, so for this particular video, we're just going to select conversions just to break it down, and we'll do campaign budget optimization. Okay, and now we're in the ad group. Okay, so in the ad group, this is where all the magic happens in terms of targeting. Okay, so here you want to definitely look into the promotion type, the website. Obviously, most people do have a website. If you have an app, then you want to do app. Okay, remember the pixel is important aspect of it. Okay, and now a lot of people disregard this before we get into the targeting options, the placements, where your ad's being shown. So most people go with the automatic placement. Now the issue with that is that your video is going to be shown across the different options or the different networks that are relevant with TikTok, right? So one of those, two of those are Pangle, okay, which is also a publisher network, and then BuzzFeed, okay, Buzz Video. This is another option. So we tend to unselect these, all right? So I don't know, I haven't seen any videos out there on YouTube right now that do explain this, but this will ensure that your videos are just being served on the TikTok platform, okay? So very important here. Okay, now, if you go to advanced settings, we don't really mess with anything here. You know, you can keep the user comments on. If you feel like, hey, I don't want to be monitoring who's commenting what, you can leave that off, okay? But they obviously recommend to leave it on, so we're gonna leave it on here. Creative optimization, this is something that we haven't really explored too much, but again, today's video, talk about all of the targeting types. So let's talk about the targeting mode, okay? So automatic targeting is definitely not what you want to do, okay? You can see that when you select that, you're limited. You're just basically selecting a location and language, and then that's it. And you're telling TikTok, hey, do the targeting for me, okay? What you want to do is you want to go to custom targeting, because this way you have more control. See, now you have the gender options, you have the age. So obviously from a demographic standpoint, definitely look into ensuring that you're targeting the right demographics, okay? Now, household income, okay, this is another option that, you know, you can use all if it's a mass appeal product, right? So this is that totally dependent on who, you know, you're trying to reach, okay? Who you're trying to sell to. If it's for high ticket, you know, you definitely want to maybe do top 10%. And so on. So these are just different options. Now audience here, this is where you can create your lookalike audiences and even custom audiences, right? So if you go here, that'll take you to your custom audience option, right? Or it'll take you to a different page where you can add in a built-in audience, okay? If you have an email list, for example, then you can, this is where you can create those, these audiences, right? So for example, we have an engaged audience, people who've clicked the ad in the last 30 days, you know, people who viewed the content last 30 days. This is where you can do all of these things, okay? But again, this is just one of the targeting options for being able to target specific audiences or create those lookalike audiences that sometimes work well on TikTok. But right now we're focusing on interests and behaviors, right? So number one, interests. Okay, so the interest, we're targeting users based on their interests, general interests and purchase intentions, okay? Now this here at the top, so this is a suggestion by TikTok. Now, I would typically stay away from this, okay? Just because it's very skewed at times. So you don't want to, you don't want to select all these right at once. It gives you some recommendations in here, but at times it's not going to be accurate, okay? So I would just steer away from that and focus more on interest.
Hey guys, before we continue with the video, I quickly do want to take a second to talk about today's video sponsor, which is me. More specifically, the TikTok ads masterclass that I put together. Now, a lot of you already know this, but TikTok ads are the hottest thing in advertising right now, and rightfully so. I would kind of compare them to, say, Facebook ads in 2015, 2016. They're that good. So I put together this masterclass, which is designed to bring anyone up to speed and set them up for success with TikTok ads. And right now, you can take advantage of our special introductory launch pricing and get the masterclass at a massive discount. If you are interested, check the link in the description below. And with that, let's jump back into the video.
Okay, and these other ones that we're gonna look into, right? So when it comes to interest, you have different levels, all right? So you wanna do purchase intent, okay? Which it'll tell you right here, basically people whose recent behavior suggests they may buy something related to a content category. So this actually might be a good option, right? If you're looking at affiliate marketing, right? I know we use this example a lot of affiliate marketers out there. Let's see if anything comes up. So nothing comes up, but let's say advertising. There you go. So marketing and advertising. So if you're an agency and you're looking to get hired for marketing and advertising, this might be a good option, right? People who are, let's say, in market for this type of service, right? So that is definitely ideal. Now, general interest, you do have, even for purchase intent, you do have the same categories. This is divided in a couple of tiers. So there's a tier 1 category, tier 2, tier 3. It'll show you how, right? So this, for example, is the tier 1 category. It's very broad. If you select it, then you're gonna target all of these other interests or content categories, okay? So maybe that's not ideal for you. And maybe you are a brand, okay, that sells hats. Okay, so do you want to go to that tier 3 category? And people who are interested in hats, those are the people that I wanted to target, right? So you want to leverage this as much as possible and really put it to the test. Now, in terms of what targeting options to use, I would totally test different things, right? Singularity, right? So keep it simple, right? So if you do sell like hats, let's say, then just go with that as the particular, as your targeting option. There you go. That's one option. Okay, you have the audience size there. It may be a little too narrow. Maybe you want to target here, but that is one option. If you have the budget for it, definitely go use that as one targeting option based off the interest. Now, if you want to combine it, that's totally up to you. But ideally, you want to basically have one variable in your targeting option. But let's keep moving down here. Number 2, you have behavior targeting based on video interactions. Okay, so this one's actually quite good because you can target people who, again, they have a certain affinity with these categories. So in performance, right? So you have a whole bunch of things here that may be relevant to your particular offer, right? So like if you have, somebody, for example, that likes to travel and your offer is tourism, right? If you're a travel agency, then this might be one that you want to target, travel, and then I would just select all of these, okay? These are people, but notice that this gets a little too narrow now, right? So people that have liked, watched till the end, they commented on the video, they shared it, right? So this is gonna be targeting people that have interacted with these videos related to travel, okay? So when I select this time period, it's basically off the time, so it's 7 days. So in the last 7 days or last 15 days, anybody that's interacted with travel videos, that's who I'm targeting, okay? So it's very specific and can definitely get you results in that case. But again, if you want to bulk these up, it's not ideal because you're not going to know specifically what is the driver for success of that campaign. Let's say that campaign starts working, but now you have so many options that you don't know what's working for you, right? What specifically, was it the video interactions or the interest at this point, right? So again, I would test that individually, all right? So this would be one option. Cool, so let's move down to number 3. Number 3 is the behavior for creator interactions, okay? So this is getting people, target people based on how they've interacted with creators on TikTok, right? So if, you know, again, same thing, you know, just basically analyze what the offer is that you have. You know, here's, for example, done for you life hacks. So if you sell something in the home and garden department, then it might be something like that, people who do a lot of gardening. And here you go. You want to target people who've interacted with different TikTok creators within this particular category. So that's another option. Family, you know, you can look at bloggers, mom bloggers, and things like that. Really think about what creators are in what space, and you know, you can do that this way, okay? So this is another good way. Not my favorite, okay? My favorite, which is the number 4, is here. Hashtag interaction is one of my favorite ones, just because you can definitely come up with some ideas of how people are searching for, right? So like, again, affiliate marketing, take a look at that. It has a few in there, and that is actually one that has gotten some results for us alongside with the interest, right? So hashtag can definitely work, you know, and you can be very specific. And the reason why I like this a little bit better than the others is because it works similar to the keywords on Google, right? It works very similar to, you know, if people are searching for this, they actually took the time, go on the app, and they search for this particular hashtag. There is intent there, right? So that is something not to overlook. So there you have it. I mean, you have 4 different types of targeting options that TikTok provides you with, and they made it very simple. You know, you can see it's quite different than how the Facebook setup is and Google, but you know, I like the way that they set this up, okay? And again, the recommendation is for you to test out individually, right? So one campaign can be just based on interest, one campaign can be, you know, video interactions, one on hashtag interaction, and so on. So you can see, you can definitely combine it. You know, that's not saying not to do it that way, but for best practices in terms of optimization, that would be the ideal way. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the targeting options. And then, you know, one little tip that I want to give you guys is based on device. Not a lot of people mess with this option, but we found that we get better results when we set this up with Wi-Fi, just because when people are connecting to, let's say, their data, they're typically out and about, moving around, and they're not sitting in one place. You know, if they're connected to Wi-Fi, they're sitting down, they have a little bit more time. So this is one little tip that we want to give you guys for next time that you're doing some TikTok ads, is just go to device here. Sorry, I know it's a little overlooked. So you just click on device right below here, and you want to do Wi-Fi, okay? And that's it. Okay, basically, you know, you can target people that are a little bit more relaxed, or maybe in a different environment, they're at home, you know, and they have time. They see an ad, they'll have higher chances of maybe taking some action as opposed to somebody that's moving around. So, so there you have it, guys. Those are the tips for the day. All TikTok targeting types explained and, you know, broken down. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications to get notified when we drop some more videos with video marketing education, advertising, media buying education your way. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.